Hey guys, Pete here, HVAC Greatness. Wanted to break out another video on our pre-launch series of videos here in our private group as we continue to explain what this is all about. Now, behind me here, this is Pete when he was a service technician. This entire program, guys, is built around the stuff that I wish somebody would have shown me before I started my business. It really would have saved me all the headache and heartache that I went through. And the reason I'm here in this seat today talking to you today is because if you can screw it up, Pete screwed it up. If you can make a mistake, Pete made that mistake. You know, I was teetering on the edge several times, before I'd actually turn the corner and have a breakthrough or to attend a class and learn something new. Okay, so 10 years of my business before I sold it, 10 years of ups and downs and learning, and I was just really getting the hang of it when I sold my business. But we're going to do this in 90 days. I want you to understand why we're going to be very focused on what we talk about over the next 90 days. Because every week we're going to be working, and every week we're going to be addressing something. So let's clarify a few things on this and just make sure that we understand exactly what this is all about. So this is it. This is the point right back here. This is what it's all about. I know you may think like I did. I was one of the best service technicians. I knew that I did superior work when I put an installation in. I did a load calculation, right? I understood static pressure. I made sure the duct design was proper. That equipment loved me. But what I didn't understand was, it doesn't matter how the equipment feels. It matters how she feels or he feels, that customer, right? Or that family. So what this particular program is about is creating something that triggers that customer to call you out so that you can be in this situation to begin with. We got to get you in the door. But more importantly, equally importantly of getting you in the door is this moment when you're there. You're going to have to deliver a personal experience. You have to diagnose the person before you start diagnosing the equipment. We've got a whole process for this. And we want to make sure that when they experience your company and your new brand, that they are highly satisfied. So it's the point leading up to this moment. It's the actual moment itself, that hour or two or more that you're there working with this homeowner. And it's the follow-up after. What happens after they leave? Did you leave them with a customer experience that they go, wow, that's my company going forward? When you get this handled, this is what's really important. When you understand this, you're going to create momentum. You're going to start building a following. You're going to start building a customer base. You're going to have things in place. Now, we need to talk about the pricing. We need to talk about accounting, your chart of accounts, your marketing system. We need to talk about your products and services, your sales process, your service call process. We need to talk about all of these different things. There's a lot to this. But Pete's here to tell you, if you get this right, and all the things leading up to and following that, the rest we can learn as we go. But listen, I was working with Linux for many years, and I remember having a financials class, and we brought all of our team in, all of our dealers in, business owners, and them attending that class and leaving and saying, wow, my pricing is wrong. I need to raise my prices. Only to raise their prices and lose sales left and right because they didn't fix the other issues. Okay, knowing your numbers is important. You got to know your numbers. But how are you going to know your numbers if you're not even at capacity? Your schedule's not even full. You're just getting a job here and getting a job there. Yeah, we're going to help you get your overhead calculated so you'll know what that looks like every month. That's easy. But when we start dialing in and dissecting those numbers really closely, this is more advanced. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with fair market value based on what the industry's doing, so that when you're charging for your services and your products, you're in line with that. And you don't go out there building a business based on being the cheapest price. If you do that, you will be sorry later. Just telling you. So what this is not, okay? This is not a program step by step. All you have to do is follow these simple steps and the money will just flow in. Just go to the bank, check the mail, all the checks will be there. Lie. Now, is this guy lying over here? I'm not saying that. That's Brandon Bouchard. But that's an actual ad. Start your business, your dream business, in 7 days with these instructions, right? 7 simple steps, etc. Guys, this is going to be hard. Pete's not here to lie to you. Pete's here to prepare you for success. And this is going to require change. It's going to require a mindset change, and it's going to require a behavioral change. Entrepreneurs think and behave differently than employees. And we have to make sure that you're transitioned over to that mindset as quickly and efficiently as possible. Now, if you've got a mentor out there, you watch these guys online, I've got a $10 million business. Well, I've got a $20 million business. Well, I've got a $30 million business. And you too can do what I do. No, you can't. Those people are different than you. What you will ultimately build will look different. Okay? If you're driven by the money, it's all about the money. You need to pull back and look at your true motivations and see if it really is about the money or if there's not something deeper. Are you one of those people that when you get paid, it's all about cashing that check and running out there and that was the highlight? Or are you one of those people when that customer looks you in the face and say, you saved me all this money, thank you for that? Or is it something different? Now, if you're making the money and you're celebrating that, that's one end of the spectrum. If your customer's saving money and you're excited about that, that's the other end of the spectrum. It's still the same problem. It's not about the money. It's not. But if your customer says, thank you, we've never been this comfortable before. Our utility bills have never been this good. It was never been this clean in the house before. Little Jimmy doesn't have his allergies anymore because what you did. If that's your satisfaction, you're going to go far. But if this is your satisfaction, you may never get off the ground. We're all motivated by different things. So is it the thrill of the sale? Now, if you're a service technician, you probably hate sales. And I'm going to love you for that because our process is going to work really well for you. If you are a comfort advisor, maybe you enjoy this, and that's okay as long as your underlying motivation is bigger than that. It is fun making that sale, sure. But it's even funner getting that customer looking you right in the eye and say, thank you. Say, thank you. You really made a difference. You are our company going forward. We will never talk to another company. You are the company we're going to do business with. And that's what it's really about. So look at your motives. Make sure that you're a good fit for this program because we're going to get into some stuff that's really interesting. So this is the final piece, and this is the most important piece. This is the space shuttle. And there's a very interesting statistic that was derived from this. So when the space shuttle departs its stationary position, grounded on Earth with gravity pulling all that weight down, not in motion, hasn't started yet, there is no momentum. From that point, in launching that rocket or that shuttle up through and breaking gravity and working its way up through the lower atmosphere into the upper atmosphere, that first 120 seconds or so of going from being totally stationary and to getting up and getting into flight, that 120 seconds will consume approximately 80% of the fuel expended for the entire journey. And the same is true with you. Right now, you may think like an employee. You may behave like an employee. But the behavioral change that's required is going to take a lot of energy and a lot of effort. Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's starting a business, whether it's forming a new habit, 80% of the energy is spent within that first 120 seconds or in real life with our world within the first 90 days. In this 90-day program, we're going to be working on your mindset and we're going to be working on behavioral changes. You will start working like an entrepreneur. And it's going to be work. But we're changing a behavior so that by the time you open your door 90 days later, you're not at a disadvantage. You are at an advantage. And your momentum has already been generated. Now, we're going to couple this with a new marketing strategy that we actually finish up the live version tonight. You're going to get access to the recorded version of that, so that you're also going to have 90 days to build something very special in your market. And this is going to be your digital asset that has never been done in HVAC, not like we're doing it. And you're going to have access to that. And when you open your doors, the momentum that you will have created as an entrepreneur, setting up your marketing system, will guarantee you to have customers from day one. You're going to hit the ground running. So when you go into the summer, that's a hard position to be in. Have that truck, all those tools sitting outside, and the phone won't ring. You don't have the money to advertise yet. Advertising and marketing are two different things. We are here to market. We're not here to deceive, mislead, trick people into breaking out their credit card. We're here to do something real. And if you'll do the work, if you'll follow the process, when you come out the other end, you're going to be really successful. I promise you. But if you're just another statistic, and I saw this the other day, 7 out of 10, well, the statistic that I always knew was 7 out of 10 HVAC business owners never make it past their fifth year because they just burn out. It's just way too much energy expending. They never get broken free of that gravitational pull. I was talking to another trainer just yesterday. He said it is 85%. So somewhere between 7, 8, maybe 8.5 of you watching this video right now will not make it. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you implement what I'm going to show you, we're going to cut that number way down. Not all of you are going to make it. That's just the way it is. And you can listen to those guys, you know, I did $10 million and you can too, all you want, but they're not going to be there when you're out in the field talking to that customer. They're not going to be around when you're talking to your accountant and you're looking at your books wondering, how did I get myself in this situation? They're not going to be there for you. But the process that I'm sharing with you will be there for you. So get excited. This is a good thing. Pete's saving you a headache. Pete is talking to the younger version of Pete. Pete, I want you to do this so that you don't have to go through what you're going to go through without this. That's why I designed it this way. You know, to speak to that younger version of me that just didn't know any better. I'm 56 years old, guys. Been in the industry 38 years. I started off as a service tech. I've got the cuts, the bruises. I've made the mistakes. Never fell through a ceiling. I never ran a sheet metal screw into that coil, you know, because I learned from other people's experiences. So learn from my experiences. Don't make the mistakes I made. Don't fall through the ceiling. Don't run that sheet metal screw into the coil because you put it in the wrong hole or you use the wrong screw. And don't make the business mistakes that I made. Follow this, be successful, get ready to bust your backside because Pete's going to apply the pressure. That first 90 days is going to be tough, but it's going to be in your rearview mirror and you're going to be propelling forward when you launch your business. I guarantee it. Pete Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. Love you guys, and we hope that you'll be part of this program. We're going to actually open up registration here on Monday. There's going to be a video I want you to watch that explains that this is exactly what this is, and this is exactly what this is not. And if you don't do the work, you're not going to make it, you know, some tough love there, but that's okay. Would you rather be told the truth than to just be tricked out of your credit card number? Oh, which reminds me, I haven't announced the price yet. I'll announce it on that, but let's just say this. When Pete charges, as a consultant, businesses, we charge a business price. But because we're doing this as a collective, as a group, you're going to get an individual price. You can afford this. I don't care where you are, what you're doing right now, you can afford this. And the discount code is going to make sure you can afford it even better because I'm going to put you a discount code just for members within this group. Okay, I'm going to send them directly because some people are going to be coming in afterwards, so it won't be publicly displayed. I'll send it to you individually. If you don't receive yours before the launch, direct message me through Messenger or send me an email at hvacgreatness@gmail.com, and I'll make sure you get that code before you actually go in and pull out your credit card. But there's going to be a window of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday until 5 p.m. You'll have 4 days in order to get involved in the program. And then because next Thursday at 6 p.m., we're starting. And if you haven't gotten on by then, unfortunately, that window of opportunity will have closed and we would already been in motion. So jump in there, get excited about this. I got your back. If you don't start your business this year, maybe you want to go ahead and go through the program and get ready for next year. You'll be even that much better off. But, you know, we got a lot to get in this 90 days, so let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. P. Ramsey here, HVAC Greatness. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.